Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to our Might and Magic VIII completionist run. Last episode we tried our hand at enchanting some items. It was mostly a disappointment. I guess it's valuable in the sense that we learned a bit about what you can and what you most likely cannot get from enchanting. You can't get any of the really cool weapon enchantments like, off the dragon, that kind of thing. It doesn't seem like you can get the off the gods enchantment on other items, but we were able to get some good things, notably this belt with Arms Master skill plus 15, which is actually really, really good. So, it was it was okay. Maybe not worth the amount of time we spent on it, but you know what? I'll take the belt. But anyway, in this episode, as you've already seen from the episode title, we're going to be doing the obelisks. And that's gonna be the plan. But before we do that, there's actually one thing I want to do while we still have Veteranus in our party here. The other thing I need to do is I need to put all my extra points into water magic. We need to make a quick pit stop in Garot Gorge because I need to do something, and it's not related to the obelisks, but it is something that we may return to later on. I guess no point beating about the bush. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set a Lloyd's beacon inside the treasure room of the dragon cave. And you might be wondering why, because we've already gotten all of our randomly spawning artifacts, which is the main reason we kept going back into the dragon cave. And yeah, there's no real reason to do it in terms of our objectives, but
I can't
nevertheless,
see anything.
nevertheless, it is something that is good to have because you can still get some good stuff in the Dragon Cave, even if they're not artifacts. So I'm now going to do this, and we've once again glitched our way past the guards. So yeah, like there's still really good stuff you can get. All the good things that we were trying to get while enchanting, but we were locked out of it because the game frustratingly didn't have them in the pool of possible enchantments, even though with Grandmaster Water Magic we're told that you get strong enchantments. Still not strong enough. So all those other items that we would have liked to have gotten, rings of the gods, a dagger of the dragon, that kind of thing, those things can spawn in the dragon cave. Now, on this occasion, we'll be stuck with whatever has spawned in the cave right now. Let's just do it like this and cast Wizard Eye. So, most likely, we're not gonna get anything that we'll end up keeping. Really don't even want to pick up this gold. But, the main reason I'm coming here is to simply... What's this? It's a wand. Not even gonna look at that. Is to simply set a beacon inside this cave, so that we can come back here later on in the future. Do we need either of these? I don't think we do. This one's gonna expire anyway. I'll set it here, and I just need to see how long this is gonna last for. 147 days is good enough. Okay, now with that done, let's start on our obelisk journey. We'll do them in order. We'll get obelisk 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then, like, you know how to count, so won't keep doing that. The first obelisk, as it turns out, we're gonna have to immediately load our autosave. The first obelisk actually was in a Garrote Gorge. So if I try and sneak out, will they be angry at me? I think I'm gonna have to... It's Tuesday right now. I don't know if the glitch works in the opposite direction. Where if you... We'll see if it does. So we walked out here. Nobody's angry at us yet because we haven't gone to the main part of the entrance yet. There's a zone inside of which people will be hostile. We'll see if it works. If not, we'll just have to do a bit of an extra trip. We'll have to leave and then come back. Now this should be outside of the zone, but I think if you exit, they're gonna stay hostile. So I'm actually keeping this save, believe it or not. I'm not gonna overwrite it just because this is the save I made while the game was glitching out, and the colors and also the resolution got really mangled. I just think it looks funny, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna save over the next one. Now if I load this, oh, there's... Okay, it does still work, so we don't have to do a detour. I have noticed though that sometimes if you're trying to leave while exploiting that glitch, maybe I'm remembering it incorrectly, but I did get the sense that it was harder to time when you're safe and when you're not. But it's good to know that you are safe. Even exiting the glitch will work. Okay, enough about that. Let's look for obelisks. And in general, when you're hunting for obelisks, if you have the whole map explored and you've forgotten where the obelisk is, just look for a dot of about that size. This is obelisk number 1, and it's given us some letters, as it did previously. A jumble of letters, although one thing you'll notice is that whereas previously if you read it left to right it was gibberish, the obelisk messages in the previous game, in this case, reading from left to right, you can make out some words. The unicorn kin. Now, it's possible, that even if it was a cipher, that randomly it would still spell unicorn, even if it was meant to be read the other way, but the chances are pretty low. And, but for now, let's keep an open mind. Maybe it's to be read left to right, maybe it's to be read top to bottom. Let's wait until we see the second one before we jump to any conclusions. Now, where would I be on this map if I was an obelisk? Where? Oh, where? Not seeing any obvious spots. I'm actually gonna look up on a walkthrough. So the second obelisk is on this island, is it? I don't see it. You know what? Let's just fly and see if we can spot it. Oh, well, it's right there. I just hadn't explored enough of the map. Okay, now we've gotten the second note. Now let's read both of them. The Unicorn Kin, and if we continue reading left to right, we can see more words start to form. And we can see that it says the Unicorn King holds old. So more words, and not only more words, but it seemed almost that this continued on from where the previous one left off. So the hypothesis that it's to be read left to right is seeming quite strong, whereas top to bottom, TG, and it's obelisk number 1, so that would be the start of the word. I don't know of any words that begin with the letters TG. So, you know, so far it seems that left to right is the way to go. And the third one is in the Iron Sand Desert. Funnily enough, we set a beacon there for some other reasons entirely. I think this was when we were going for the plane of fire. And luckily we were able to reuse that beacon. Now the obelisk should be out in this lake of fire on one of these islands, I think. There it is. There it is. Thorn's Key. Once again, words are forming left to right, whereas top to bottom we've got TGT. So clearly not a word. Clearly we're reading left to right, and so far we have the Unicorn King holds old Thorn's Key. Now, at this point, I'm gonna stop reading individual obelisks. I'll wait until we have all 9 of them before we then see what the entire message says. Ooh, and I looked down and then I looked up, and for some reason the way this lava is flowing just looked really trippy for a second. Anyway, let's go back to we're going to Ravage Roaming, which we get through Balthazar Lair. Okay, let's go. Oh, where am I going? Need to go this way. Let's cast invisibility again. Let's go. And let's see if we can spot it on the map. Could it be that thing over there? Could it? What? Evidently not. But might it be on one of these islands? Seemingly it isn't. And ooh, it might be this. It's hard to see, but I just saw a dot. A brown dot against the brown background. Hard to spot. But I think that might be it. And as always, if it's not too much of a pain, I'd like to find these things without having to resort to walkthroughs, just because it makes for a more immersive experience. And indeed, this is the obelisk. Don't want to get too close to these enemies. Because I don't want my invisibility to run out. Number 5 is an Alvar. Oh, and now you're noticing why I'm keeping Veteranus in my party for this exercise is because it makes things a lot easier because he can cast Town Portal even while enemies are nearby. And as an added bonus, we were able to even use our Lloyd's Beacon to save a bit of time getting to the Iron Sand Desert. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any beacons in Murmur Woods. But, you know what? Aside from Murmur Woods, which is just to the west, all of the other obelisks are in Town Portal destinations. So we'll be able to get those pretty easily. We'll have to be making this overland transition though, and we've got plenty of food, so that's not a problem. Once again, let's cast Flight. I should have had you cast Flight. You can have Wizard Eye, and then Invisibility. Now, where on this map would I be if I was an obelisk? It might be in, like, one of these corners that we haven't fully explored. Because I'm not seeing any obvious dots in any of the explored parts of the map. So not in this corner. I was tempted to go and see what's inside those chests, but let's focus on the task at hand. We are doing obelisks. Oh, we've got a couple barrels that I'll just grab as I'm flying by. And is it in this corner? No. Well, no. Okay, is it in the northwest corner? Which is the last big part of the map that we haven't really looked at all yet. I'm getting close to the corner, and I am not... Oh, well, I was about to say I'm not... I was about to turn around. I was about to say I'm not seeing it, but fortunately I stuck to my guns, and we did indeed get obelisk number 6, 3 to go. Number 7 is in Ravenshore. And one interesting thing about invisibility is that so while you have the town portal screen open, time is passing, but it doesn't count as a spell being cast until after you've selected a destination. So for example, I'm over here, these guys are shooting at us. Town portal. Oh wait, does it pause time? Because okay, I guess it does pause time. In Might and Magic VI, while the town portal destination select screen was open, time would pass and enemies would still be able to hit you. So fortunately in this game it stays it doesn't count as a spell cast until you go through the entire action. Okay, that's good to know. All that means is that it makes it much more convenient to cast while enemies are nearby. Okay. Now, I think... Wait. I think the obelisk here is a... Oh no, I think it's on the east. Yeah, I think it's on the east. On one of these hillside areas. So let's see if my memory / hunch is correct. And hopefully it is. There it is. It's not... Yeah, I don't think there's any dot for it on the map. Or if there is, it's the exact same color as the terrain background that it's on. Very hard to see. But that gives us obelisk number 7. Number 8 should be in Shadowspire. Yes. Number 8 is indeed in the land of the undead. And let's see, can we spot it on the map? That might be it. I have a strong suspicion. Let's see. Like, what else could it be if not an obelisk? Casting invisibility, by the way, just because I don't want to get... Like, even if you're high enough level that enemies can't damage you, it's still on a visceral level stressful to hear enemies, combat sounds, and just the sound that the game makes when your characters get hit. It's stressful to listen to. But now, the next ones are now on the next page. That gave us number 8. Number 9 is back where we started. Okay. Can we get a sense of where it is? I feel like this... Okay, no. I was gonna say, I think this is the plane of Earth, but I think this might be the obelisk. So let's see if I'm correct. Let's fly to the southeast. To this volcanic island. And we'll see if we can find... Whoa, what? What? Hang on, what? How would we... How do we penetrate this? If that is indeed where the obelisk is. Are we gonna have to use... Are we gonna have to climb this mountain? Alright, let's use jump to help us out, because we are at our maximum height that flight can take us to. I hope I'm going to the correct place, because if not, this will be a colossal waste of time. Oh, I see it. I see it poking out. One more jump will do it, surely. That is the obelisk. How are you meant to... Ooh. How are you meant to get here, like, normally? Is this the intended way? I mean, this is how I always go. Like, is there a... I guess this is kind of a path, but...
Hey!
Oh, okay, hang on. Let's cast Featherfall. Is there a way... don't think there's a way to walk up. Maybe... I was gonna say, maybe there's a hidden teleporter that takes you straight there, but I don't know, I don't think so. Anyway, that is our 9th and final obelisk. Now it's time to read them left to right. What does it say? It says, the Unicorn King holds old Thorn's key among his subjects, appears while the sun shines on midsummer day. Now, it's a bit confusing. When I was a kid, this part really threw me off. Holds old Thorn's key. It made me question whether I was reading it properly. But I think Thorn is meant to be somebody, like someone's name. Anyway, regardless, let's forget about Thorn. The important thing is the Unicorn King holds a key of some kind. Now let's decode the rest of it. He appears among his subjects. So the Unicorn King, it's reasonable to assume that his subjects will be other unicorns. And where have we encountered unicorns? Well, of course, Murmur Woods. And the final part of the clue is, well, he appears while the sun shines. We can reason that that means during the day. Now the hard part is while the sun shines on a midsummer day. That was the thing that threw me for a loop. I actually did find it by myself, but I had to brute force it. So and it took many hours, because if you're not consulting a... Oh, I should have put a Lloyd's beacon in Murmur Woods. It's okay. It's okay, we can go back there in without too much hassle. So there are actually a few things we need to do before we go back to Murmur Woods. But before I do any of that, I need to explain like the rest of this obelisk situation and how it works. Basically, when the in-game date is June 24th, I think. 24th, I believe. Let me confirm that. Either the 24th or the 14th. Yeah, June 24th. So on June 24th, if you go during, I think, I want to say 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., definitely around noontime, the Unicorn King will be there. And you'll kill him to get the key. But the thing is, I don't know if there's any more specific hint in this game itself that this will only happen on June 24th, because I've looked and I haven't found anything. So as a kid, I literally brute forced it. What I did was, I actually did it in a very clever way. So I was like, okay, if I just keep going back to Murmur Woods, how will I even know that the Unicorn King is there? Maybe he's one of the other regular unicorns and I've just missed him. So I killed every single unicorn in Murmur Woods, and well, every single enemy in Murmur Woods. And then I went there every single day, like noontime I picked, just randomly. Not randomly, noontime I picked as like a standard time. I'm like, okay, if it's while the sun's shining, it has to be during noon. And then every single day from, I think, I started early. I started in May. I'm like, maybe summer starts in May in this game, who knows. But anyway, every single day I went there, I flew around, and I used the fact that if enemies aren't close to you, this indicator is going to be green. If enemies are close to you, even a single enemy, it'll turn yellow. And eventually, on one particular day, I found an enemy wandering around. It was the Unicorn King, and then I killed him. And it was a good time. Okay. What am I going to do? Because it's pretty late. I think we're gonna have to rest for the night. Get some food. Now, the thing is, we need to advance the game time until it is June 24th. But before I do that, I'm actually gonna go and set a beacon in Murmurwoods, which I really should have done while I was in there the first time. I'm going to put the beacon... Well, first let's get to Murmurwoods. I think I'm going to put the beacon relatively in a central location. First of all, let me remind myself where the Unicorn King spawns. So, remember the arrow that was telling us where the tree was? He will spawn a little bit behind that. So that's where I'm gonna put my beacon. I mean, it definitely is easier if you know where to look. Kill some of these enemies just because, whoa, 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 what? They are focusing down my poor companion. I also haven't cast any of my buffs. That was sad. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's... Everybody just relax. Excuse me, what? Yeah, they're focusing down.
I knew.
My poor lich. Okay. Kill these enemies. That will-o-wisp is the main culprit, I think. Yep, your stuff is broken.
Backpack's full. I've repaired it.
That will-o-wisp is gone. Another will-o-wisp. See, these guys are the... Oh god, the main issue.
It is down.
And a third will-o-wisp. Okay, now let's fix
I've repaired it.
I have
things.
no room left.
Alright, now I'm gonna have to cast Power Cure. You're weak. Why are you weak? I think that might be because Resurrection makes you weak. Okay. Your mana is all gone. That is really annoying. Anyway, we'll just rest. We'll get it back. We'll set a beacon in this spot. And now we have to basically advance game time until it is June 24th. And how are we going to do that well? The easiest way, of course, is by just training until you have no more training left to do.
We can train very good.
Let's start out by
We can train very good.
training Veteranus. You have a few more levels left to gain. While we're doing all this, let me save my game in this slot. I do also need to check on... Okay, Daggerwound Island has reset, which means we can get another game taken care of. So... this unfortunately needs to be done at this point because it, like, every 2 years this area is going to reset, and unfortunately the 2-year mark passed right now, which means we just got to take a brief detour and see that this is the game of Might, which we do need to play with all of our characters. I'm just going to cast Day of the Gods just to make sure. +3, +3, +3, +3, and oh, you've already won. Okay, now with that done, now we go back to Shadowspire. We do our training here. Why am I training here rather than in Balthus? Ooh, this place is also reset. So why am I training here rather than Balthazar Lair? Well, it's because eventually Balthazar Lair is also going to reset, and it'll be filled with those Triton enemies. I don't want to deal with that garbage if I can help it. Alright, also I'm going to keep putting your points into water magic, just in case we need you to cast more beacons later on. Alright, one thing I'm gonna do though, well, no, actually, I was gonna say I don't think there's any danger of the beacon resetting, but the beacon definitely will reset. Well, let's set both of these beacons once again. Pick up some gold as well. This area hasn't reset. We'll know because there'll be a lot more blue dots. So let's reset this beacon. Then let's recall the Murmurwoods beacon. $189 days. Yeah, these beacons are getting very, very lengthy. Yeah, let's reset this one as well. And now it's February. This is going to see us through until at least June. And then we can see about maintaining these beacons, you know, long term after we're done with the obelisks. Okay. Now we just need to train a whole bunch. Ooh, also, I need to, on my notebook, mark off that we've done the Game of Might. Okay. So those are also slowly but surely getting checked off. Alright. Now, yeah, let's quickly pop in, grab a couple of these.
We can train very good. We can train very good. We can very
Still in February, March now,
we can very good. We can very good.
into April.
We can very good. We can train very good. We can very good. We can very good.
Into May now. One thing I want to check. This map hasn't reset, has it? No, it hasn't. We're still free of enemies. Hopefully we're going to be free of enemies until...
We can train very good. We can very good. We can trade very
Okay, we're in June now. I also have a ton of skill points. I'll spend them all in one go.
We can train you.
Okay, you can no longer train. Who do I want to give training to? I want to give training to you.
Very good.
June
We can
20th.
train you. Very good.
And if we train once more, then it's gonna put us past the day. Okay. Now, first thing I want to do is just put all my points into light magic. Just crazy amount of light magic skill. And you continue to put your points into Arms Master. But now we need to rest for 4 more days, which we can do at the tavern. Okay.
Do come in. Your chamber awaits. Do come. Your chamber awaits.
This is a very expensive place to be
Your
resting,
chamber awaits.
but I don't really care.
Do come in.
Okay, I'm gonna save. And well, I'll save in this slot.
Do come in. Your chamber awaits.
Rest once more. Now I'll save in the new slot. Actually, no, this is my previous episode save, so I'll actually save here. And it's gonna be confusing, but I'll save there. Just because I want to make sure we're doing this properly. Now I need to cast all my buffs. You can preemptively... Well, Wizard Eye would have been cast in Day of Protection. Let's cast that. And then finally Day of the Gods. And... Flight from you. And let's even stop by the Cathedral of Night and heal ourselves to full. Get our mana back as well. Save in this slot, the June 24th save. And now let's recall our beacon and hopefully this works. What? Oh no, it's too early. It's too early. It's too early in the day. We need to wait until 9 p.m., 9 a.m. at least. Now this should work. Now, whereas previously there were no enemies in this vicinity, we had the green light. Now when we've come, there is one enemy close to us, and there he is, the Unicorn King. So as I mentioned previously, what I did when I was trying to find it was I killed everything on this entire map because, okay, maybe there's some clue that I missed in the game which tells you that it's June 24th, maybe, but even if I knew the exact date, it would be really hard to tell where on the map to look, right? Because it could be anywhere, and I don't think there's any clue that tells you to look behind this arrow. Certainly nothing in this thing tells you that it's behind an arrow. Maybe there's some, like, cultural thing where Midsummer Day is always June 24th, but there's nothing in here about looking in a specific spot on this map. So the way to find it is to just kill everything, and once you're confident that everything on the map is dead, if you then come back and there's some enemy loitering around, it's probably the one that you're looking for. And just for fun, I was gonna say, just for fun, let's see what the Unicorn King's stats are. 800 hit points, 60 armor class, no spells, his attack type is air and damage is 7d6. Ooh, seems to have like a... Like, he seemed to have a an attack that's split. You know what, let's actually give him a chance to attack us a couple times. Just to see if there's anything cool that he does. It seemed like his attack split. I don't think all unicorns do that. But let's see if I'm correct. Yep, his attack does split in 3. Or one of his attacks. One of his attacks, not all of them.
'Tis but a scratch.
There's some power.
Alright. So let's kill him again. Dead. So dead. Okay. And I'm gonna check it. Like, do other unicorns also... I'm done with wisps for now. Do other unicorns... Where are the unicorns? They're on the southern part of the map, I'm pretty sure, in this... No? I thought there were unicorns around in these parts. And I'm not gonna spend too much time messing about with this. I did want to just see if we can find even a single other unicorn. These are basilisks? Or surely we haven't killed all the unicorns. More basilisks. Excuse me? Are there no... here are some unicorns. Okay, no. They all have that splitting attack. It wasn't special. It wasn't a special thing that the Unicorn King did. And, I guess, yeah. I was looking for other unicorns, but I think we're done. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly back to, Ravenshore. And let's take a look at the key that we found. This is Emperor Thorn's key. So Thorn, the Thorn that we saw in, old Thorn's key was indeed somebody's name. And this key is used to open the Vault of Time. And I'm gonna do something that's arguably pretty obnoxious. I am not going to open the Vault of Time in this episode. I'm going to do that next episode. Now, like, you might think that's a dick move, and yes it is, but the reason I'm doing it this way is because opening the Vault of Time will also give us our last few artifacts. And I wanted that to happen in its own separate episode. So, we're going to be opening the vault and getting our reward for the Obelisk quest in that episode, but in this episode, nonetheless, we did get all the obelisks. We did solve the Obelisk quest. We simply haven't collected our reward yet. We're gonna do that next episode. But yes, I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and this was a fun puzzle. I don't know. I wish the game had been a bit more, like a bit more lenient about finding the Unicorn King. Like, does it have to be on a specific day in the summer? Couldn't it just be that once you find all the obelisks, like, he just spawns during any day? I feel like having it on a specific day, like, even if the game gave you a hint that it was one specific day, it's still really annoying to have to advance game time to get to June 24th. So that is just my one minor gripe. But other than that, it's a ton of fun. I love the scavenger hunt aspect of it. And this is also the final Obelisk quest out of Might and Magic 6, 7, and 8, you know, the classic trilogy. And I think Might and Magic 6 still had the best Obelisk quest. Might and Magic 6 was the best in a lot of regards, but this is my second favorite, I'd say, even with the annoyance of having to find the Unicorn King on a specific day in the summer. It does make it interesting. I will concede that. So yeah, it was a fun exercise, but yes, that is gonna be all for this episode. Next episode, we are going to finally collect our reward, and I'm really pumped about it. Like, you know, as you guys might be in suspense, but so am I, because I really want what's inside that chest. So as much as you're having to wait, so am I. At least we're on the same page, kind of, on that count. But yes, that is going to be all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you had a good time, do consider leaving a like, and if you're enjoying the series, do consider subscribing as well. But in either case, I'm just happy to have you along, and I hope you'll be along for the next episode, which is gonna be one of my favorite moments in this entire series. But yes, that's gonna be all for now, and until the next time, take care.